We're live.
Thank you, Suzanne. Alrighty, well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to our student legislative meeting that takes place today, October 9th at 10 a.m. I will call this meeting to order at 10:01 a.m. And we will move on to our Pledge of Allegiance. We now give time before the meeting to recognize those who wish to recite the pledge, reminding those in attendance that they are not required to do so. So on the count of three, if you would like to go ahead and do the pledge with me, you can go ahead. 1, 2, and 3. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Perfect. Thank you, guys. I will move on to our roll call establishment of quorum. So me, President, I am definitely present. I have our Vice President of Menifee Valley Campus, Nicholas Singh.
I'm here.
Present, thank you. Our Vice President of San Jacinto Campus, is she on the line right now? Let me see.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, like it's loading, but then like it's not like I'm in the meeting, but I'm not in the meeting. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. No, you're good. I see you and I hear you, so don't worry.
Like my screen though doesn't. Hold on, I'm gonna leave real quick and then try and join back. Hold on.
You're good, no worries. All right, so I do have Victoria present. I will move on to our student trustee, Ariana Rodriguez.
Here.
Perfect. Our Commissioner of College Activities, Janelle Beza.
Here.
Perfect. Our Commissioner of Financial Affairs, Tracy.
Here.
Perfect. Our Commissioner of Institutional Effectiveness, Stephanie.
Here.
Perfect. Commissioner of Public Relations, Caston.
Here.
Perfect. Moving on to our senators, I do have our Senator of Financial Affairs, Thomas. Is Thomas on the line? I don't think so. Okay. But we do have Thomas. I will mark him as not tardy right now, but if he doesn't show up, then we can mark him as absent. Our Senator of Financial Affairs, Alexis.
Here.
Perfect. Thank you, Alexis. And then lastly, our Senator of Public Relations, Daly.
Present.
Perfect. Thank you. Alrighty, guys. I will move on to our SGA advisors. Our Associate Dean of Student Services, Maya. She will not be present, but she will be back soon. So I do have our Dean of Student Services, Brian Stocker. I don't believe he's on the line today. No, I don't think so. Okay. And then our first SGA advisor, Jose Hernandez.
Here.
Perfect. Our second SGA advisor, Suzanne Ortega.
Here. No.
Perfect. And then our last SGA advisor, Maricela.
Here.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. And I will move on to our approval of minutes for September 30, 2020. I do know there was an error in Dr. Colson's name, but it was fixed and it was sent out to everyone. So can I have a motion to approve the minutes, please?
I'll approve. A motion.
Okay, I will take Victoria first, and then can I have a second?
I second.
Perfect. Thank you, Alexis. I will move on to our board reports and information items. So all reports are to be limited to 1 minute each. Additional time can be allotted with a motion and a second from the Senate. So I will start with our advisory reports. Any advisory reports this week?
All right, I can go first. So
okay.
Thank you all so much. Happy Friday. I just want to recap of the event that we had this week, our Eagles Talk series. I want to give a shout out to Ariana, who did an excellent job with that, as well as our former student trustee, Allison. So that was really great. And if you weren't able to participate, please go ahead and check that out at our SLDP YouTube site. Suzanne has already uploaded that event there. So in case you missed it, it was really informative. So I encourage you to check that out. And then also, I hope you all enjoyed Seesaw. I know I found it very informative and I hope you did as well. And then we're also at the second annual Pride Week. It's coming to a close, but there is still one more event left, and that's happening tonight at 5:30 p.m. It's the Saga Pride Masquerade Ball. So if you haven't been able to participate, hopefully you could join in for that. And that concludes my report. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Maricela. Any other advisory reports this week?
Yes. So we have Undocumented Student Week of Action coming up on the 19th. All the events are now finalized, so I'll be sending you guys out the flyer of all the events. We have events from Monday through Thursday. And then I know, Brian, I had mentioned to you about those SGA sticker refunds. So we found out a little bit more about how it's going to work. There's about 1,400 students that are going to be receiving refunds, so that's about $9,800. It turns out that the way, and I know we had talked about this before, how it was unclear, you know, if you're paying for the sticker, if you're not, or the agreement, and it was a little confusing for students. So they're automatically giving refunds to students who did not accept or decline the agreement and just registered and automatically had to pay. So these students have not requested a refund. We're just automatically giving them the refund as a courtesy. So I don't think we'll need to approve of these students in a meeting. But just so that you guys know what, you know, and so Tracy knows also what that budget will look like, there will be a deduction.
Suzanne, so it would be 19,000 total, or?
So there was, I don't remember the exact number. There was a little over 1,400 students, so that's a little over $9,800.
90?
Yeah, 9,800.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'll get you the exact figure.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, so moving forward, we're gonna talk once Maya comes back and talk with her a little bit about how we can change the wording in self-service so that it's a little more, you know, transparent on what these fees are for, and, you know, so students know what they're paying for and they can make a decision on whether they want to accept or decline the agreement. So that that'll be something we'll rope you guys into, get your feedback. That's all I got.
Oh, Brian, you're on mute. But good
Oh,
morning.
I'm so sorry.
No worries. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I actually don't have anything to report on. I was going to mention something in regards to ICC, but I'm hoping our VPs can talk more about what's going on in ICC. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Got it.
Jose,
Perfect.
sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Did you mention the survey that went out? The USC.
Oh gosh, yes. Thank you, Suzanne.
Sorry, I don't.
No, thank you. Yeah, so there's a survey, y'all, from USC. I believe the university is conducting research on systematic racism within college institutions. So you all should have received an email regarding this survey. MSJC is going to be part of this study. So I highly encourage all of you to take that survey. Let me see if I can pull it up. That way I can show you all what I'm talking about.
They should have come out. I think they should have been emailed out starting Monday.
Yeah.
And then you guys will be getting updates to complete the survey throughout the month of October. So just keep an eye out. It'll come from, there's a sample email that was.
Yeah, I found it. Let me pull it up really quick so all of you can see. And then all of you watching, from home, please take the time to fill out this survey. So do you all see the screen here? So this is the email that you all should have received, Eagle Info. So check all your folders, your spam, your junk folders. Like, I don't know, sometimes I guess they can end up there. But this is what it's about. It's the NACCC survey. It's about 15 minutes, not too bad. But again, it's very important information that we want to gather from all of you, all the students, in regards to race and equity. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Any questions about this from any SGA members?
No.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you, Suzanne, for reminding me. That's all I had to report on. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I was like, Jose, it's your turn. And I did not notice that I was on mute. So I apologize. I will move on to our executive officer reports. Any executive officer reports this week?
Yeah, I have a report. Oh, you can go first.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So as Jose was saying, we have some ICC information. So for ICC, we have about 14 chartered clubs this semester. And next week, Political Science Club is hosting a forum, a Board of Trustees forum for all the candidates that are running for these positions. And what they are doing is they're going to have this forum take place live on YouTube. And it's going to be on October 14th and October 15th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. And this is led and sponsored by the Political Science Club. And this is a great way so that us students and faculty have a great opportunity of learning more about these candidates so that we can be informed voters, essentially. So we highly encourage everybody to participate. And I think that's it. Maybe a brief thing that we talked about was, at least from the morning session of ICC, was possibly changing or discussing to change the date and times for ICC meetings, just because we've been having low attendance in the morning sessions. But this is something that needs to be discussed properly with our advisors and Nick and I, essentially.
Perfect. Yeah, totally. I agree. Is that all? Is that all for your report, Victoria?
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. Alrighty. Thank you, Victoria. And Ariana, you can go ahead.
Hi, thank you. I hope everyone is doing good. It's Friday, like Brian mentioned. So for my report, Marisela mentioned that we had our first Eagle Talks. That was so fun. It was like more like a conversation between me and Allison and everybody, and the importance of attending or at least watching the board of trustees meeting. And now that Victoria mentioned, if you guys can go and to the political science forum about the trustees, that's so important to know who is sitting on the board, if they represent you, if they're advocating, if they're your voice. I will definitely encourage, I'll be there, so I'll better see y'all there too. So it's really fun. Sisa was fun. I hope everyone took a chance to join some of the sessions. I know I was in and out of the session since we had training for FYE, but it was so fun. And also I wanted to share that the FYE team is hosting webinars soon. So, and it's gonna be open for student leaders. So the first webinar is gonna be October 22nd. So once I get all the links and the flyers and information, I will share it with all of you. And just so you know, if you haven't seen, the movie drive-ins are canceled for the rest of October because of safety reasons. So just so you know. So, and you're gonna get refunded if you bought your tickets for the movies, just so you know. So that's it. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Ariana. I was about to say Victoria. I'm sorry. Any other executive officer reports this week?
I have one.
Okay, go
Hi,
ahead.
everyone. So we have our bad joke contest next week on Monday. And what we're doing is we're gonna have the contest through Instagram. So what people can do is people can submit their jokes to, I think the MSJC SGA Instagram account. And then when they submit their joke, we can put them on a poll on Instagram, and then people can vote which joke they like the most, and then whoever wins gets a prize. And we discussed it during our committee meeting. And PR, would it be okay if you guys can make a flyer for that for next week? And then it's gonna start from Monday, October 12th, and to next Monday, October 19th. So they have that whole week to submit their jokes. And I'll send you the information about it. And next we have our Pictionary Night, which is on November 19th, which is going to be hosted through Zoom. And we tested it out during the meeting, and we can use the Zoom whiteboard, and it works pretty well. And yeah, and then we can private message people what they need to draw, so they don't have to like draw on like, they have to think of something to draw. And yeah, PR, we also need a flyer for that too as well. So I'll send the information for that as well. And then we discussed, I think I can just talk about this during the upcoming events. So yeah, I think that's all about, all for it right now.
Perfect. Thank you, Danielle. Any other executive officer reports?
I have a report.
Okay.
So yeah, so we reschedule our FA meeting to Thursday, 9 a.m. Next week because Rebecca, she's going to join us at a time and we can discuss our SGA scholarship. So based on the survey, that time worked well, for almost everyone. So if you can, please come to join us. And we may have to adjust our plan because we have to give out some refund. So we may have to adjust our plan and we have to approve some budget. And if you're not able to make it, don't worry. I will be creating a Google document so everyone can just put down the application questions they can think of. And when we discuss with Rebecca, we can just like open the document and we can discuss it with her. And we also got a fundraising manual from Foundation. Um, so um, so any programs, clubs, or departments, if they want to do any fundraising events or they want to request any donations, they all have to fill out a form at least 6 or 8 weeks before the event. And Foundation will review it and approve it. So that's kind of like information I got. And yeah, that concludes my report. I will put down the time in the chat and I will send a link to everyone next week. Okay. Yeah, that's my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. Any other executive officer reports before we move on? Ready? I do have one report. Let me go ahead and get that ready for you guys. Give me one sec. Perfect, I got it. So hi everyone. So once again, happy Friday to you all. This past week, I actually attended 3 conferences, including the Speak Out Youth Summit, Seesaw, and the Student Center for California Community Colleges Professional Development and Leadership Training. These conferences were overall pretty fun, informative, and really one of a kind that range from topics such as systemic racism, leadership, and the importance of what my position as the student body president can do for others. In terms of events, let me see. Happy Pride Week to everyone as well. Yesterday I attended the 3rd annual Letting Others in Drag show where RuPaul's Drag Race Season 10 and All Stars 5 contestant Mayhem Miller was there. And it was really great. I absolutely had a blast and I look forward to the final event tonight that Maricela mentioned, which is the Masquerade Ball. I also look forward in 2 weeks to celebrate our Undocumented Student Action Week. That takes place from October 19th to the 23rd. And then on Wednesday, as Maricela mentioned as well, I had the opportunity to tune into the Eagle Talk series with former student trustee Alison Salas and current student trustee Ariana Rodriguez on the spotlight addressing their position, their responsibilities, and overall their role as members of the Board of Trustees. Just a quick, I guess you could say, announcement is Food for Thought is also taking place every week, alternating campuses, with yesterday being is hosted at San Jacinto campus, and then next Thursday will be hosted at Menifee Valley campus at 3 p.m. until usually supplies last around 5-ish. So all you need to do is just bring your student ID number and then have your mask on while remaining in your car, and you should be good to go. And another announcement, please register to vote. Election day is only 24 days away. So please register and remember that there's more than presidential candidates on the ballot. There are propositions, local candidates, and your board of trustees as well. So please, please, please register to vote. Let me see.
And if I can share, Brian, I found,
Yes.
it was on Twitter, but I found like a cheat sheet that explains all the propositions that are gonna be on the ballot. If y'all want to see that, I can share it, and it's fun. I saw those cheat sheet to explain those who really don't want to read the whole proposition, and there can be really long, but that cheat sheet, I found it really helpful. It explains really simple what is there to offer, if it's good, if it's gonna be beneficial for you and for your community. So register to vote. And if you have any question or want that little cheat sheet, I can give it to you. I mean, it's on Twitter. I can forward it to you. So yeah.
Thank you, Eddie. And then just one quick little thing before I finish my report. This past week, I noticed the student particularly displayed his feelings on the news regarding MSUC remaining online for the spring semester. He described the situation, quote, anyone else feel like they have zero faith in the college and what they say supposedly is going to do, unquote. So I want to assure our students that the college faculty are making are making sure that every action they take is to create a consistent instructional environment that enables students to progress through the educational pathway to MSUC. I have personally spoken with various departments in our school, whether it is Dr. Brown, our Vice President of Instruction, or Dr. Colson, Vice President of Student Services, to inform and suggest possible ways we can improve our experience in instruction, financial aid, enrollment, etc. While I know that these issues are not instantaneously and fixed, I have witnessed the dedication and transformation of college faculty to diminish the problems found within our college in this online environment. So students, if you do have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to SGA or myself. We are here for you, and although we cannot see each other face to face, we really do look forward to the day that we can. And please stay informed and attend your Board of Trustee meetings. All the agenda, dates, and YouTube link can be found on the district website. So yeah, this concludes my report. And I will move on to our legislative reports. Any senators would like to report this week?
I'll go, or I'll start.
Okay.
So personally too, just going off of what everybody else has said, I really liked the leadership training that we did, or leadership conference that we did. Sorry. On Friday last week, I was able to go to 2 little seminars because I had work, but I thought they were very beneficial personally. So that was very nice. And then on top of that, we did have overall our first homework power music hour this week, and that was very good too. Personally, I was very productive, and I feel like we had just SGA members, but it was still really well. It went really well. So
Perfect. Thank you, Daly. Any other senator reports before I move on? Alrighty, I will move on to our committee reports. Any committee reports this week? Going once, going twice. Alrighty, I will move on to our virtual events. Anyone has anything to say in regards to virtual events?
I do.
Okay, go ahead, Caston.
So this isn't really MSJC related, but it's still really beneficial. So the California Office of Traffic Safety is hosting a free workshop called Managing My Modified Life, Maximize Your Wellness, Safety, Empowerment on Tuesday, the 20th to Thursday, the 22nd. And it's just about it's a virtual wellness workshop that is about road safety, wellness, all that kind of stuff, and I can share the link. So that's one event that I thought stood out to me, and I was shared to it through PTK. So it was shared to our school, but it's not really MSJC official. But yeah, that concludes my report.
Perfect. Thank you, Caston. Anything else that you guys want to add to this board report and information item? Alrighty, I will go ahead and move right on to our SGA feedback, our kudos, confessions, and concerns. So this time is reserved for discussion among SGA legislators related to feelings, thoughts, intergroup dynamics, and group norms. Items on the agenda may not be discussed during this time. So I would like to bring back the discussion to Seesaw. How did it go for everyone? I know this was our first year, going virtual, and usually we do go, face to face to Seesaw. But unfortunately, COVID has really hit us this year. But overall, for me personally, I would have to say that Seesaw was really great. As Ariana mentioned, we did have FYE training in between, but I was able to attend a few sessions throughout the day, and they were honestly a great experience. I thought it was very well handled, and I didn't really have any disruptions. So I thought it was really great. But how did it go for you guys?
It was great. I went to the first meeting. I'd like to say it was like my personal favorite because the people there, they were just so I don't know how to, like, they were so respectful, and then they definitely were talking, like, speaking for everyone, and that was something that stood out to me. It was great.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think.
sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I like the interaction that they had with us. I like the little break room sessions, because you get to know people that are really far from you, and you can relate. And we are student leaders and trying to advocate for for our community, and it's so I felt really really happy to know that I'm not the only one who wants to see everything doing good and to move on to bigger and greater things in college and whatnot. So it was really heartwarming to see how many people are supporting each other to become better leaders. So I love those break room sessions and the games that they did. It was a learning experience, and I had the opportunity to went to CISA in person, but I can definitely say that even if it was virtually, I have more interaction and get to know even more people than I did in person. So that has a lot to say, even if it's virtually, I got names, I got business cards, I got emails, and from different colleges that we can share ideas on what to do on this virtual environment. So I personally enjoyed a lot. Even though I had to step out because I had my training of FYE, I came back and I enjoy it. So it was a great experience.
Perfect. Thank you, Ariana. And I know Victoria, she did type it in the chat. She said, quote, "It was really fun and I learned so much. I loved how we got to pick our own sessions and meet new people. The guest speaker was also really funny and informative." I have to agree too. I thought it was really cool. I loved how they had different sessions, like different topics within the same time frame, just because it allowed you to explore other areas besides just having one speaker. So overall, I thought it was really great too. Let me see, who else is in the Seesaw? I know most of you guys should have attended Seesaw if you could, but how did they go for everyone else?
I'll go. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. You can go first.
Okay. Again, I was able to attend 2 of them because of work, and one of the ones I attended was basically kind of like a PR one, and I thought it was super informative because she was talking about how to do flyers and what to put on flyers. And as I feel like a first year SGA member, it was a good experience overall to learn and discuss things and meet other people in leadership positions at community colleges. So I thought it was very good and very informative. So.
Thank you, Daily. And Alexis, you can go ahead.
Okay, so I really, really liked it, and it was very informative, and some of the sessions I went to, oh my God, there was this one session where they were just talking about how we could improve our school, and this one story like really like almost made me cry because some of their students were homeless, and they were trying to have free Wi-Fi for them, and it was just sad. And like we were just basically, some of them were just telling their stories of how they could improve on their school and how to help their students more. It was really informative for me.
I'm really glad you liked it, Alexis, and everyone else. I'm really glad that you guys really liked this conference. I know that it's super different having everything virtually, but I'm really glad that you guys really did appreciate the conference and overall, the aspects that they wanted to, push through for you guys. So I'm really glad that you guys liked it. How for our advisors, how did they go for you guys? What did you guys think as well?
So I love Seesaw. I think I've gone 3 times, and for advisors too, it's super informative. It's funny. So I saw Maricela. So my son and I were on the Discord one because we are still so new to Discord, and it's like a different world for us. But definitely very informative. I learned a lot about Discord, and hopefully it's something that we can implement within our SGA, within our clubs. Well, I know some clubs are already on Discord, so. But it was really educational for me. But yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. Very well organized, for it being virtual. I was quite surprised, which is good. So yeah.
Yeah, it was my first time attending Seesaw, so I found it incredibly informative. And in one of the sessions, it was mostly staff and advisors of colleges. So that was really great to hear what other advisors are are doing in their respective colleges, and it was really helpful. And again, with the Discord thing, I feel it's a generational gap that I have no idea what it is. So it was funny to see Jose in there, because I know, as you all of you students bring it up, like, and to us it's a whole new different language. I have no idea. And I sat through this presentation and it sounded great, but it's still all really new to me. So it's something that we'll continue to continue looking into. I know one college really just had an assigned staff member in the Discord space the entire day, so that was very interesting to hear. So yeah, we'll see how we can go ahead and kind of duplicate that for MSJC. So it was good.
I was on mute. I'm so sorry. Um, anyone else would like to add anything else
I would,
in
sorry.
regards to Seesaw? Oh, go ahead, Danielle.
So I like this conference a lot just because you could pick what session you would like to join. So one that stood out to me was utilizing everyone's strengths to strengthen others. So I feel like we should share like what our strengths are, so we're able to use it for events, or we can explore like, strengthening our own strengths. So maybe if we can like have like another poll in which like we type in like what our strengths are, like probably like Excel or computer technology or stuff like that. How does that sound? Because I would love to know what everyone's strengths are so we can use it for events.
Yeah, I agree. We should do that. I thought there was a lot of different skills that I didn't think that we could really apply to especially SGA. And I'm hoping that I can really transform what I got from Seesaw as well and put it into practice. So I really liked the experience overall. Is there any other kudos, confessions, or concerns for everyone? I know we were talking about Seesaw for a bit, but is there any other kudos or confessions or concerns?
I'll say my concern is the student that you share on the social media, the information that you received. There's a lot of students that don't know what's going on in school, and they feel lost, and they have a lot of questions, and they can be misinformed, and that happens. Again, we are in an online environment, and information can be lost, easily or misunderstood. So I would say, if you can, and you find a student, or tell them that we have the resources. They have these meetings recorded on YouTube, their board of trustees meeting. There's a lot of resources for them to get those questions answered. And something that I shared a lot on the forum is that you not necessarily need to make an appointment with a counselor. There's plenty of staff that I'm pretty sure they're going to be more than happy to answer your questions. I was sharing that when this whole pandemic started and school was transitioning to online, I had a lot of questions, and I didn't find a counselor appointment. And I saw the very first email that I found for a staff on the MJC website, and I sent an email to see, what can I do, for my questions and my concerns. So again, there's people out there, don't feel scared or afraid to reach out to the staff. The staff and faculty are there for you, and they are also worried, and they're also super excited to hopefully see us soon as well on campus. So if you see a student that is lost or have a lot of questions, please direct them to us, me, Brian, the advisors, and you have the resources, so offer them. Okay, so thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Ariana. Yes, and as Ariana mentioned, please feel free to reach out to me, Ariana, our vice presidents, as well as our advisors. We're here for you guys, and we want to make sure that if you guys have any questions or concerns at all about anything that a student has told you, please feel free to reach out to us, because that's the only way that we can really address everything. And maybe they're not the only student that's going through the same problem. So we really want to make sure that we're there for our students, especially in this virtual environment. And please keep in contact, check out with resources, check out any workshops that are going on, anything that can really help a student. So that's all I have to say on that. And any other kudos, confessions, or concerns? Alrighty, going once, going twice. And so we will move right on then. to our public forum. Advisors, any public comment on non-agenda or agenda items this week?
No, not this week.
Perfect. I will go ahead and move right on to our discussion and action items. So the following items may be discussed and voted on at this time, 8 minutes per topic with 1 minute per speaker. Members of the public may speak after the discussion by the voting body has closed and before a vote by the voting body is taken. So I will start with our first discussion and action item, which is our discussion and approval of $1,500 to purchase SGA shirts and polos. I really want to get us some gear. And Tracy, I don't know if you want to elaborate a little bit more on these line items, but the first one is kind of just plain and simple. It's just approving $1,500. Overall, we don't know what the costs are, but definitely just having that money already approved. That way we can get those shirts ready. Is there any discussion, any concerns regarding this line item?
Yeah, just to clarify, the $1,500 just the maximum, like it's not the final amount. So we are not going to maybe like spend all of it. Yeah, just to clarify.
Perfect. Thank you, Tracy. Any other questions, concerns regarding this line item? Alrighty.
I'd love to have some SGA swag. I think that's awesome.
I know. I really want shirts for you guys as well as name tags. You know, usually we would have this on campus and it would be much easier, but we're doing our best, and I really want to make sure that at least we can have some SGA swag for you guys.
Yes.
Any other questions, concerns in regards to this line item before I have someone motion? Alrighty, so can I have a motion for approval of $1,500 to purchase SGA shirts and polos?
Motion.
I second.
Okay, so I had a motion by Casson and then a second by Ariana. Advisors, do we need to do a
Roll call, yeah.
roll call? Yes, okay. All those in favor of approving $1,500? Aye. Or
Aye.
perfect. All those it's not all those in favor, it would be
Opposing.
all those opposing. Yes, thank you. All those who oppose. Okay, and any abstentions? Alrighty, so we did approve $1,500 to purchase SGA shirts and polos. Thank you, guys. I will move on to our second line item. Discussion and approval of $250 for SGA birthday celebrations in 2020 through 2021 school year. Tracy, do you want to add anything to this one? I think as she mentioned before, this is just a maximum number. It's not what we'll, eventually spend. But I don't think there's anything else in regards to this one.
Yeah. So we have, I think now we have 11 members, right? Or 12. So like so each one, the gift will be like $10 to $20. So definitely $250 will be the maximum limit. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Thank you, Tracy. Any questions or concerns in regards to this line item before we motion to approve? Going once, going twice, and perfect. So can I have a motion for approval of this line item to approve $250 for SGA birthday celebrations?
I motion.
Perfect. Thank you, Stephanie. And may I have a second?
I can second.
Okay. Thank you, Daly. And I will move on to a roll call. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Okay. And then all those who oppose? Any abstentions? Alrighty, so we did approve $250 for SGA birthday celebrations in 2020-2021 school year. Thank you, guys. And lastly, our last discussion and action item is discussion on the upcoming events for October and November. So Janelle, go ahead and take it away.
Okay, so we really liked how the movie night went. So we decided to have another movie night on October 29th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And this time we're gonna have a trivia with the movie night. So we're gonna do it through Zoom polls. And yeah, so that's for that one. And then I think Suzanne brought up how we should have a thankful wall. And it's just basically people just send in what they're grateful for through Instagram and submit their responses. And that would be starting from November 16th to the 19th. And I think someone brought up how we can use our responses to make a word cloud. So it's just basically picking, making like the words and making like a picture out of it. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it's just, you just take all the responses and you make it into like a little word cloud. And yeah, and for the music study hour for future events, I was thinking that we can have set up a calendar for SGA members so they can either moderate or control the music for each of the sessions. And yeah, I think that's about all for me. Thank you.
Perfect. Any questions, concerns in regards to upcoming events that we added besides the ones mentioned before, which is Pictionary Night, as well as the Bad Joke Contest?
We also talked about a movie trivia night too. I don't know
Yeah,
if you know
I
if you want to
already
talk about
mentioned that. I think, yeah.
that. Okay.
October 29th.
That one would take place October 29th. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Let me see. I know those are just upcoming events that we have discussed overall in the college activities committee. So do you guys have any suggestions, any concerns in regards to these upcoming events? I know that some of us are not able to make it due to classes, so we would really love some input for Janelle. That way, you know, she can progress with, you know, with creating these events. No questions, concerns. Not everyone at once. Okay, well, I think we're good then. Is there anything else anyone would like to add to discussion and action item for discussion on an upcoming events for October and November? Going once, going twice. And Victoria did say in the chat, haha, I think we're all good. I think so too. So if no one has anything to say, I will go ahead and call for agenda items. Is there anything you guys would like to have on the agenda next week? And remember, you guys can always go ahead and email me until Monday. That way I have enough time to create the agenda. But does anyone have any agenda items right now that they would like to call forth?
Not right now, but I will definitely email you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll email.
Perfect. Going once, going twice. Alrighty, guys, I will go ahead and then adjourn this meeting at 10:44 a.m.